Hey guys, how's it going? Here with a couple supplement reviews for you. Gonna do 2-in-1 today. Usually I just do these one at a time, but these two supplements I am stacking together. So I figured I'd go ahead and review them as two, like sort of separately and then together, how I like them stacked together. So the reviews today are going to be on Hemo and Defy, both from Nutrex Research. Great company. I went on a splurge, I mentioned in an earlier vlog, and bought a lot of products in preparation for this bulk I'm doing. So these are among them, and these are pre-workout. Hemo and Defy is an intra-workout. So let's just get right into it and take a look at what kind of stuff we got in here. The first up is Hemo. This is the lunatic lemonade flavor. The first thing I will say is this thing does pack quite a wallop. It is not, I would say not for beginners. Like if you're just starting out getting into pre-workout supplements, this is not the first one I would recommend doing. And I stress that even more if you are one that is sensitive to caffeine or other stimulants, because this is chock full of it. So like I said, it's got a whole bunch of caffeine. It's got your creatine monohydrate. Again, I feel that's the best form of creatine. It's got your arginine, carnosine, beta-alanine, of course, some taurine, which I know is also good for a form of energy or recovery. Again, this if I get too into it, I'm gonna show how little, not how little, but how less I know about the science about this. But other than that, it's your basic pre-workout ingredients in here. A whole lot of caffeine, a whole lot of stimulants is basically what's in here. And even on the directions, they have multiple warnings around here to not take more than 1 scoop. I agree with this. I only need 1 scoop. You take it, you mix it in about 8 to, well, they say 4 to 5 ounces of cold water. I tend to put about 8 ounces of water I mix it with. Mixability is pretty good. I actually have had Hemo in the past. It was a berry flavor, I believe. And one thing I noticed about that one was the mixability was not the greatest. Perhaps they've updated their quality or something, but I find this one mixed very well. Tasted just fine. I wouldn't call it a lemonade, but it was definitely lemony flavor, which is fine if you like lemon flavor. Went down pretty easily. And in terms of effects, it usually, for me, it does not take long for this to start kicking in. I start feeling a little bit of a tingle. Even today on the way to the gym, I was just stopped at a stoplight and just out of nowhere just got this rush of energy from it, and it was like almost took me back. I was like, oh, okay, this stuff's kicking in. So that's why I say this is definitely very potent. If you're looking for something that's going to give you a big rush of energy, this is definitely it. Not for beginners, but I do like it because I do like that rush. I like the tingle. I like all of that. So it's definitely a great product, I think. And then moving on to Defy, it's an intra-workout supplement. So it's got your leucine, valine, glutamine, a little more creatine, again, taurine, some of the base standards. And it is meant to be taken while you while you work out. You drink it while you work out. So the directions have it mix 1 scoop in 8 to 10 ounces of cold water and consume during the exercise. This is a gashing grape flavor. I personally mixed it with about 16 to 20 ounces of water just because the flavor is very strong. I am a fan of the grape flavor, but even I felt just putting it in 8 to 10 ounces of water, the flavor was so overpowering. I was like, I need to water this down some. And so that's what I did personally. And I liked it both for weakening the flavor a bit so that it just tasted nice and smooth, and also so that it lasted throughout the entire workout. Just 8 to 10 ounces of water. I can't see that lasting a whole workout personally. But besides that, the mixability was great. I mean, it went down very smooth, not gritty at all. Tasted great once I added enough water. And in terms of the effects, it definitely, this is where I'm going to get into both of them. When I took the Hemo Rage in the past, like I said, it gives me a whole bunch of energy, like really hyped up, great pump. If I could point out anything that I didn't like about Hemo Rage before, it was maybe that it was almost too much. Like there were some days that I was just going almost crazy in the gym. Like I just wanted to pound out the weight so much, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but at the same time I was like going around like so, like my mind was bouncing around so much that I was almost erratic in my thoughts. And it was great workouts, but I mean it was just like, it was so much that I felt like I was almost gonna go crazy from it. Something I found using the Defy, it seems to like, it almost, for me at least, it takes all this energy and hype that the Hemo Rage brings, and it like takes it and then just focuses it into the workout. Like I've never had such a focus on what I was doing. It felt like my mind and muscle were like just perfectly in sync. Every rep I was doing, every set, I was just knowing exactly what I was doing, like making sure every form that I had was perfect. I wanted to make sure I got every rep just right so that I could get the maximum work out of what I was doing. And like as soon as I was done with a set, I was immediately focused on the next one. I was like, all right, we're going up to this weight. I want to hit so many reps. Make sure I keep the form right. I was like, if I was noticing something that I was doing a little off on the first set, I was like, all right, let's correct that. I know what I did wrong. I know how to fix it. Let's do this. I was just extremely focused, and I really loved that about it. I've never been one to have like a problem with lack of focus in the gym, but if I was having an off day, my mind just wasn't fully into it. So it was more like I would just be going through the motions almost. I was still getting like good pumps on those days, but you know how when your mind is just not fully in it and there just doesn't seem to be much you can do about it. But with these two, I mean, I was just, ever since I've started taking them, I have been on point every workout, and I really love that about these two. So together, separate and together, I think they are great products. Of course, I have used Hemo Rage separately, so I do know what it's like on its own. Haven't used Defy on its own, and considering I have both of them, I don't plan to. But I mean, I definitely like Defy for what it does during the workout. It definitely keeps my energy going, keeps my focus on the workout, and it really harnesses the increased energy that the Hemo Rage provides, and the two just seem to work together so well. I have had stacks of supplements before, workout stacks, but never before have I had two that just seem to really, I mean, you can just really tell these two were made for each other. It's like the yin and the yang sort of thing. So I really love these. Like I said, they mixed great. They tasted pretty good. The Hemo Rage for a pre-workout didn't taste all that bad at all. Some pre-workouts really have a bitter aftertaste that just kind of struggle to get it down. This one, no problem at all. I could just take the entire thing in one big gulp. Did not bother me one bit. The Defy tasted great. I had to water it down a little bit more, but that also tasted great. Their effects perfectly in tune with what I wanted. So this is, in terms of stacks that I've done, I have to say this has been my favorite so far, and I would definitely recommend this. And big thanks to Nutrex for making these products, and I look forward to the next couple months using these and the workouts. So big thumbs up for me for these two. If you guys look for something, like I said, not for beginners, but once you've got a good workout routine going and you're ready to take it up to the next level, these are the products to really help you do that. So that is it for this review. Hope you guys enjoy. Feel free to comment, subscribe, follow along. Take care.